Raptors welcome in the Salt Lake City Stars. Well, it was Utah Jazz, but it was really the Salt Lake City Stars there at Scotiabank Arena tonight. And normally I would not be jacked up to beat that team the way the Raptors played for the majority of this game today. But the fact that they were down by double digits at halftime, and even in the third quarter, they were down by 15 at one point because they couldn't find a way to get a stop to save their life. Freddie flippin' All-Star was incredible. But before I go any further, if you have not voted for Fred, you damn well better do so, because I already have. And I've voted countless times on Fred, just for the fact of witnessing what I witnessed tonight. And if this is not evident of why he should be an All-Star, god dang it, you should vote Fred VanVleet. I'm going to put it in the title as well, because he should be there at the All-Star game. Fred VanVleet, his first career triple-double. Fantastic for Fred VanVleet. Let's break down this game before we really get into the meat and veggies of this game in the latter half, right? First quarter, abysmal. Like, full-on abysmal. They have no Bogdanovich, no Rudy Gay, no Donovan Mitchell, no Rudy Gobert. I know I'm missing guys. But those are Joe Ingles. I know that was one as well. A lot of guys not in the lineup for Utah. Other than Hassan Whiteside and Eric Paschall, who really hasn't done anything this year for them as Paschall, they really got nothing going. And the Raptors defensively, in that first quarter, heck, the first half, well, more or less the first quarter, flat out dog water. Like, just not good at all. They allowed 40 to basically the Salt Lake City Stars. It was terrible. They only scored 25. They're down 15 after one quarter to basically a G League team. I mean, at one point, this team's going to turn it around, right? In the second quarter, Raptors come out, still having trouble making their shots. But luckily, they start missing shots. They only scored 22. We scored 24. You're +2, but you're still down 13 at halftime. And we go to about midway through the third quarter, and the Raptors still down by 15. Every time the Raptors make a 5-0 run or a 7-0 run and get it down to 7 points, they counter. And they bring it back up to double digits. And I'm sitting here like, is this team actually going to lose this game? Then Fred VanVleet occurs. And he starts making a few buckets and getting a few stops. Just himself. A couple steals, a 2, a 3. And Fred VanVleet alone, goes on a 15-0 run. He scores 17 straight for the Toronto Raptors. And the Raptors crawl right back into this game, and they win that third quarter 45-30. But take it in that Fred VanVleet scored over half of those points. He had 24 in the third quarter. Heck, he had 20 points in a span of 4 minutes and 22 seconds. And I know you're facing this G League. I don't care. The fact that this team is playing like absolute garbage for 2.5 quarters. And they look like they were possibly going to lose this game by double digits. And Fred VanVleet, who was not good to that point. I believe he was like 2 of 11 and like 1 of 7 from 3. And he did not start well. And the guy's like, you know what, screw this. Goes 24 in the quarter, 17 straight. Didn't miss a bucket in the third. I think it was like 8 of 8 from the field as well. 20 points in 4:22 in that quarter. And just like that, the Raptors are up by 2 heading into the fourth. And I'm sitting here like, well, that's more like it. Like, I was just waiting and waiting for this team to get it going, but it looked like are they going to get it going here? What's going on? Then in the fourth quarter, they do exactly what they needed to do. They played well enough defensively, only allowed 16. And you scored 28, you were +12, and you win by 14, 122-108. You did exactly what you needed to do. With the W, the Raptors they've now won 5 straight games, but I hate it, right? Because I don't know how you guys feel. I'm watching these Raptor teams, excluding tonight, beat these teams, win games. They've won 5 in a row. They're 19-17, couple games over 500. They're in the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference, and it's all great. But I feel like in this 5-game win streak, we haven't played a team that's half healthy. I mean, you look at San Antonio, they didn't have half their guys. You look at Utah, they didn't have half their guys. The Knicks, I believe, I don't know if that was in the win streak or not, but either way, they didn't have Julius Randle at all, and Mitchell Robinson wasn't in the line. Like, I understand the NBA right now is in shambles when it comes to players not in the lineup and everything. I get it. But man, I want to play a half-decent squad to get an eye test of where this team actually sits. Now, maybe you can go to that Nets game. Well, they didn't have Kyrie or James Harden in that game. And you still lost in overtime, I believe it was. But so I just don't know where this team actually sits. But I'm enjoying the ride because it's just fun to watch your team win no matter what team the other team is putting out there, right? You've won 5 straight, as much as today was not pretty. And Fred VanVleet should be an all-star, damn it. He really should. Let's get to the stats here real quick for the players. OG Anunoby, 22 points, 4 rebounds, couple dimes on 8 of 13 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 of 7 from three-point range, and had 3 steals. So OG got it done. You wouldn't really say I wouldn't say it was the focal point of the offense. You didn't really see him a whole lot. But he got the job done, 22, 4, and 2, shot over 50% from 3 and the field, and he had 3 steals. He did a job. So a great job from OG. Gary Trent Jr. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about Gary, but my thought is this. He's the one guy on this team, well, other than like Fred, but he's like one of the one guys on this team that he could be shooting 1 of 15. But I'm totally fine with him taking shots because the confidence never wavers with this guy, and he can drill shots from anywhere. I mean, I was watching him in that fourth quarter, right, where he had a terrible game. Gets a ball out there early in the shot clock, right at the top of the key, right in the middle, or right behind the three-point line, right in the middle. And guy comes up right in his face, but he goes over top of me, knocks it down, and I'm like, that's just insane confidence. He only had 10 points, shot 4 of 12, and was 2 of 8 from 3, but he drilled that shot. The confidence never wavers with Gary, and I think that's such a key for him moving forward. 3 blocks in the game for Gary Trent as well, so fantastic job from him. Pascal Siakam didn't have the great offensive game in this one. Did have 17, 5, and 5, though, keeping those assist numbers up, which is really nice. Tells you he's moving the ball extremely well. She did shoot 6 of 16, so not the greatest there. And 2 of 5 from three-point range. You could arguably say the presence of Whiteside. You know, if they had Gobert and Whiteside, then it would have been a real problem. They had Whiteside, the presence of Whiteside and inside. That rhymed. Disrupted Pascal clearly. 6 of 16, 2 of 5 from 3. And 2 steals and a block. So he did a job. He had 5 dimes in the game, had a couple steals and a block, and knocked down a couple threes. I mean, I'll take that. For a little bit of an off night for him, but the way he's been playing lately, that's fine. 1 game, not a big deal. Now, Freddie Footman All-Star. As I mentioned earlier, he struggled early on in the game, as almost every Raptor did. The man ended the game not only with a triple-double, right? And you've seen guys, triple-double, like 15, 10, and 10. 37, 10, and 10 for Fred VanVleet. I would have loved for him to hit 1 more 3, get 40, 10, and 10. Oh, that would have been remarkable. But either way, 37, 10, and 10 on 12 of 22 shooting. If I'm not mistaken, he started 2 of 11. That tells you how ridiculous he was in the second half. 12 of 22 was 9 of 9 from the free throw line, was 4 of 12 from three-point range. He had 2 steals and a block as well. Freddie All-Star should be in there. Right now, I think the latest poll came out, and he's in the 10th spot. You damn well, but you better be up there higher because, man, this guy's playing at an All-Star caliber level, especially right now, the way this team's buzzing, winning 5 in a row, and he's playing his best basketball I think we've ever seen this guy play. Incredible stuff. Scotty Barnes really had a tough night shooting, but I like the fact that he shot 14. Yeah, he did shoot 5 of 14, but I'm totally fine with this guy taking 14 shots. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Again, I've said in the past few videos, the Draymond Green stat line, not giving you 20 and 10. No, 11, 9, and 6. Just giving you a little bit of everything. 5 of 14, was 0 of 3 from three-point range, but he had a steal and a block as well. So, again, Scotty's just going out there in his rookie year and learning, and you know, he may not win Rookie of the Year, unfortunately, but he's just going out there and learning, and I love what we're seeing from the young fella out there for the Raptors. Now, off the bench, Chris Boucher gave you a double figures. 13, 5, and 1 on 5 and 9 shooting. Had 2 blocks in the game. I thought he was pretty good. I thought Boucher was pretty good. Other than the Raptors defensively having nothing. Like, literally, they had so much trouble guarding the three-point line. It was just awful to watch. It really was. You know, and this is a game that you chalk up as, hey, Fred got the triple-double. You rewatch it for that. That's it. That is absolutely it. For the Raptors, they shot 45% from the field and only 29% from three-point range, and you still scored 122. And you're 80% from the free throw line. The Utah Jazz shot 48% from the field, 45% from three, and 72% from the line. So they shot much better than the Raptors did. However, the Raptors were +8 on the glass, +12 on the offensive glass. And second chance points, you're +9, right? So those extra opportunities, it's so crucial for this Raptor team. And the big one is the turnovers. The Raptors had 7 turnovers in the game. Utah had 21. Sorry, Salt Lake City had 21. And you go off of those turnovers, 28-9 in favor of the Toronto Raptors in that one. So incredible stuff there for the Toronto. By the way, and I forgot to mention, shout out to my boy Rob from Blue Jays Center who gave me the Salt Lake City Star. I didn't even know what the heck their G League team name was, but I had to use it this one. I asked him. He's like, oh, Salt Lake City. Thanks, Rob, for that. But yeah, what else I got here? +14 in points in the paint, +8 in the fast break, even though they started the game abysmal in the fast break. Albeit because they couldn't get any stops. But they did a job. They did a job in the second half. All those numbers look great, but it is so skewed because you won that second half by like, what would you win it by? 27? I mean, that's why the numbers look so great. And it is what it is. It's a game that you just look at and you say, great, triple-double, move on to the next one. That's all it is. You enjoy Fred, but that's it. And that next game is on Sunday evening. It's a 6 p.m. tip-off as you welcome in the New Orleans Pelicans to Scotiabank Arena. The question is, who are they going to play? That's the real question going into that game. And if whoever they do play, can the Raptors win their 6th consecutive game and go 3 games above 500 and get that 20-win mark underneath their belt? That's the real question moving forward, right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game, the second half this evening, smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's game today for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter link is down below, so follow up. Send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up. Do all that great stuff on there. And by the way, it was also nice to see Kyle Lowry message Fred VanVleet or posting a story about damn time being his first triple-double. So, Kyle, still at heart. We love you dearly, Kyle. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, their next game is tomorrow night as they're in Colorado taking the Avalanche. It is not looking pretty for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Engvall and Martin are hitting COVID protocols, so I know, especially facing Colorado in Colorado, I'm not excited for tomorrow night's game, but we'll have to see how it all plays out. As for the Toronto Raptors, they welcome in the New Orleans Pelicans there on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. tip-off there at Scotiabank Arena. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.